Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Isabel and this is my library. For today's video, I will be doing an unboxing, organizing, and swatching of my new dual brush pen Tombow markers. So you guys know how much I love my reading journal. And for a long time, I've collected a lot of the Tombow dual brush pens. But I've been wanting the complete set and a nice case to organize them for a really long time. These markers I do use, the ones that I do have, I do use them in quite a few of my spreads, and just being able to have a wide variety of colors, all 108 of them, is something that I've really been wanting to do for a long time. So finally, I went ahead and placed an order as my original Tombow markers were already pretty old, and I placed a brand new order for all 108. And all 108 markers came with this beautiful marker case, which I will show you now in a minute. And once I'm able to organize all of them, I will also, as a part of this video, be swatching them, and I've printed from the Tombow website this paper. I will also eventually be doing a smaller one in cardstock that I can include inside of my reading journal, but for now it's my initial swatching, and I wanted to make it a slightly larger so you can see it for the purpose of this video, and I'll go ahead and swatch all 108 of them and see how they look. So first off, this I took it out of its initial big box just so it could be a little bit more easy to see here on my desk. So I removed the marker case, and then I removed the set that includes all 108 of these beautiful pens. And so I'll walk you through the pens now and show them to you now, but they are here and they are not really in order, so that might be a little bit of fun for us to organize those together. And this case is absolutely a dream come true for anyone who journals or has a bujo, or who likes completing their reading journals and using these kinds of pens. So this marker case, I'll go ahead and show you what this looks like. Has this beautiful handle, and you can actually carry it like this. But I think the true magic is once you take off the top, it has this accordion style kind of system. When you look at it like this, it reflects each of these rows, right? So each of these rows is reflected here and across. But the coolest part is the accordion style feature, which allows this to open like this, and you can actually lay it out on your desk while you're working. And it just makes it so functional. I think it adds to its appeal physically because it's so beautiful and so aesthetic, but I also think it's very practical when you have limited space, or if you have longer space, or if you want to leave it displayed at all times on your desk, or if you want to use it more to travel and take with you if you're going to be journaling on the go. But I really do love this beautiful, beautiful kind of case. I do know that they have a more permanent storage system, which is kind of like meant to sit on your desk at all times. And it has little drawers, and you pull out the little drawers, and it's organized like that. But I did really enjoy the fact that this one can be transported back and forth. I don't like to have my markers permanently on my desk simply because there's a lot of other things that I keep on my desk. So I do like that it very conveniently opens up, and it also um, comes together in a little box and has its carry case. So I think the first thing I'll do now is show you some of the markers in case you've never used these before or you've always wondered about them. So they're beautifully designed. The top color is always the color of the ink inside, as well as right here we have the same color on the other side. These are dual brush pens, So on one side, we do have the traditional brush. And then on the other side, we have the marker end, which is like a bullet type of tip, which is very convenient if you are trying to do some uh, bigger, maybe shading or bigger fonts, or if you're trying to color smaller things in, or maybe outline a few things. It's very convenient that it has both. They also have a number right here, which corresponds to the number on the sheet. So, for example, this one is 452, and it would be right here, and it's processed blue, so it gives you the name of the color, and it also helps you know where to put it if you're organizing it on your case. And people organize these in different ways. They do it just by number order, or some people like to do it rainbow style, or the colors they use most often. But I think I'm going to go ahead and organize it by color, and that way I can follow what's here on my chart and know exactly where each of the colors are going to go. So let me see if I zoom you in just a little bit more for this next section. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and start looking through these. So I'm just going to go ahead and do these, and I'll speed you up just a little bit while you're watching. But yeah, the first part is going to be organizing all my markers into the new case. Enjoy. So there we have it, guys. These are now 108 in their corresponding number order, which is also color coordinated. And they look absolutely stunning. I really like how when you divide them, like in one little section, you kind of get all of these colors that you would want to use together. And then we look at this section and they're all colors you would want to use together. And then all of these also colors you'd want to use together. And so we'll go ahead and move on now to the second part of the video, which will be swatching each of these. And yeah, I'll be right back. All right, guys, so we are ready now to do some swatching. I'll go ahead and swatch all 108 of these, and I will be going in their number order. So first we have color 20, which is peach, and I will be swatching with the brush side instead of the bullet marker side. And these are just phenomenal, guys. Like, the tip is very sturdy. Here's 025 light orange. And it's interesting because as I was putting some of them away, I was noticing that their color was a little bit off of the way that this was swatching. So I thought that was interesting that, for example, this was called light orange, and yet the cap was a little bit more leaning yellow than orange. So that's an observation there, which is why I'm a firm believer. This is 026 yellow gold. This is why I'm a firm believer that swatching and looking at your swatches before picking a color is important, as opposed to just relying on the color of the cap. If you see there, and I'll give you like a zoomed in version of this in a little bit once I'm done swatching, but if you notice here, it's a little bit off of how that color is appearing on paper. And obviously this is color 027 dark ochre. So obviously you want to make sure that you test it out with the different papers you're going to be using. Obviously this is a little bit thinner than what I would be using in my bullet journal. Same thing if you're planning on using these with cardstock. This is 055 processed yellow. So just keep in mind that they do look a little bit different on paper than they do on their actual cap. 062 pale yellow. Zero 76 green ochre. Number 90 lemon cream. Number 98 avocado. $126 light olive. Number 131 lemon lime. $133 chartreuse. And we're now done with that beautiful top row. So I'll go ahead and give you a little bit of a close-up of that top row so that you see. They are very fast drying. $158 dark olive, $173 willow green, $177 dark jade. And just so you know, on their website they do have a swatch sheet like this one, fully including the colors themselves. $192 asparagus. But obviously the way that those print out might be a little bit different again. So my recommendation is, if you want to know how it actually looks, for you to do a test run or a swatch on paper. $195 light green. These are so beautiful, guys. The transition from a lighter shade to a darker shade, 228 gray green, is so beautiful. Since I've never had the complete set, I didn't really know the range of these, but to have all 108 is wonderful. 243. Mint. 245 sap green. This is a beautiful green. Sap green is so beautiful. 249 hunter green. You also want to let them dry a little bit, and they do dry fairly quickly, but just so you can kind of gauge the authentic color, let it dry a second. 277. For example, that darker green was way darker the moment I put it on paper, but now it's getting a little lighter. 291 Alice Blue, and this is stunning, and I love the names of some of these. And then lastly, on that second row, we have 296, which is just green. Okay, so that completes row number 2. Moving on to number 312, Holly Green. Then we have 346, Sea Green. $373, Sea Blue. This is stunning. $379, Jade Green. $401, Aqua. This is an example of one of those that this is very light. I want to see what it looks like. Yeah, so the aqua color is slightly darker than the cap. $403, Bright Blue. $407, Tiki Teal. $443, Turquoise. $451, Sky Blue. 452 processed blue, 476 cyan, and the last one in row number 3, 491 glacier blue. Moving on to row number 4, this is 493 reflex blue, 515 light blue, 526 true blue, 528 navy blue, 533 peacock blue, 535 cobalt blue, and now we're getting to my favorite colors, which are all these different purples. 553 mist purple, 555 ultramarine, 565 deep blue, 569 jet blue, 603 periwinkle, such a beautiful color, 606 violet, 'Now getting ready for row number 5, 620 lilac, 623 purple sage, 636 imperial purple, 665 purple, 673 orchid, 676 royal purple, 679 dark plum, 685 deep magenta, 703 pink rose, 723 pink, 725 rhodamine red, 743 hot pink, 'Moving on to row number 6, $7.55. Rubine red. $7.57. Port red. $7.61. Carnation. $7.72. Dusty rose. $800. Pale pink. $803. Pink punch. $815. Cherry. $817. Mauve. $835. Persimmon. $837. Wine red. $845. Carmine. $847. Crimson. Next row, $850. Light apricot. $856. Poppy red. $873. Coral. $879. Brown. $885. Warm red. $899. Redwood. $905. Red. This is one of those that's very orange leaning. $910. Opal. $912. Pale cherry. $925. Scarlet. $933. Orange. $942. Cappuccino. Next row, $946. Gold ochre. $947. Burnt sienna. $969. Chocolate. $977. Saddle brown. $985. Chrome yellow. Definitely orange leaning. $990. Light sand. $9.91 light ochre, $9.92 sand, $9.93 chrome orange, $15 black, $25 lamp black, and $35 cool gray 12. And the final row, N45 cool gray 10, N49 warm gray 8, N52 cool gray 8, beautiful gray, N55 cool gray 7, N57 warm gray 5, N60 cool gray 6, N65 cool gray 5, N75 cool gray 3, N79 warm gray 2, N89 warm gray 1, N95 cool gray 1, and lastly N00, which is our colorless blender, and it's used to do some wonderful effects, blending from one color to the next, and it's so useful that they included that in this set. So now let me go ahead and bring you a little closer so you can see how beautiful all of these colors are. Absolutely stunning. And as you see here, once they're dry, we get to see their true shade. And once again, let me go ahead and show you the carry case. So you go ahead and very easily snap it on each of the sides, and you can take this with you everywhere you go. And there you have it, guys. These are the 108 dual brush pens from Tombow. I went ahead and organized, swatched, and reviewed a little bit of this product. I can't wait for my next video where I get to actually use them in my reading journal, and I get to show you what they look like on my spreads. So if you were wondering about these pens, or if you wanted to know if this particular carrying case was worth it, I definitely think it is. As someone who has purchased the Tombow pens separately in the past, I think if you are looking to have all the colors, I think this is a wonderful way of acquiring all of them at a more reasonable price. I do know that the sets of 10 can run you anywhere from like $16 to $22 or so for just the 10 pens. So yeah, I can't tell you how happy I am to have all the colors now in my collection. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different kind of video from my normal bookish content, but I am going to be using these in my reading journal and I can't wait to show you those. So please let me know in the comments down below. Do you have this set of 108 Tombow pens in their carrying case? How has it worked out for you in the long run? Um, and yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you're interested in seeing more content like this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much if you stayed with me up until this point in the video. I really appreciate you. I look forward to talking to you in my next one. Have a great one, guys. Bye.